Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ring of Fire. I apologize for those that actually watch these that I have still not done the WrestleMania 20 review, but with that said, whoop, sorry. With that said, here we go. Survivor Series 2014, and I can tell you right now, if you, like me, weren't able to watch this live, it wasn't much of a loss as long as you avoided spoilers, unlike me. And when I say avoided spoilers, I mean I should have avoided Facebook like the plague before watching this pay-per-view. But of course, being me, my homepage is Facebook. So, yeah, certain things got spoiled for me. Only really two, but anyway. Okay, first match of the night. You know, I'm actually gonna have to friggin' check. Sorry about this. Because I honestly, considering the opening segment with Vince and Cena and that went for like, so, I don't know, 15 minutes? Or maybe it was only 10, but when I checked the timer after that segment was ending, it had been 16 minutes into the pay-per-view. So, just saying. Okay. Well, actually, I guess I should talk about Fandango real quick. Or Fandango, I guess. Interesting look, new look. I mean, you know, it's not all that different, but honestly, ironically less flashy. Seems to be a bit more of a mean streak in there. The salsa remix, I guess you could say, of his normal theme, because that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it's just his original theme done with, you know, to fit his new look and his new dancing style. So, you know, that was pretty good. It was like a very quick match. It was the only thing that I watched on the pre-show, just so I could get into this really quick. Okay. Oh, there was two pre-show matches. Swagger and Cesaro had one. Oh well, I didn't see that. I was I didn't want to watch the whole pre-show because I wanted to get through the pay-per-view quickly so I could do this. So the actual opening match was the fatal four-way tag match for the tag titles. Good, but not great. Like, I was hoping that it would be really, really good, but I guess I just got my standards up a bit high, or... Well, actually, no, I'll tell you right now. I didn't have any standards going into this pay-per-view. And, you know, Miz and Mizdow win and become the new tag champs. This was spoiled for me by 2K's WWE page on Facebook. Which was, I didn't even realize until I remembered that Miz and Sandow were in this match. And then it was like, oh shit, was that a spoiler? Which I didn't even realize, and then I went, oh shit. Anyway. Yeah, like, good match. Wasn't great necessarily. The interesting little new take on a Tower of Doom was pretty sweet. But yeah, Miz and Mizdow won. Entertaining match for what it was worth. Not the best opener that they've had lately, but oh well. Next up was the very disappointing 4-on-4 traditional Survivor Series elimination tag Divas match. This was disappointing because the last year one was better than this. I actually was entertained by last year's. This year, it was slow. It went almost 15 minutes, and it was one-sided. So, yeah. This ran longer than Wyatt Ambrose by about half a minute. Let that sink in. Because this match was just horrible. There were some entertaining bits, and it's like, there are some talented women in this, so it's like, what the fuck happened? Like, it finally starts to get interesting, and then it slows right down again because they have to milk it for all it's worth. And when Paige got eliminated last, and it was a clean sweep for Team Alicia Fox, apparently, which I didn't even realize, I was just like, I put my head in my hands and I just said nothing for like 2 straight minutes. I was that disappointed that Paige lost in a clean sweep in a team that had, mostly good wrestlers. Funnily enough, it was Paige's team that had the ones that people aren't really keen on for the most part. Alicia Fox, she's got like 2 good moves and that's about it, let's face it. Her sister's kick used to be good, but I don't know what happened, but it just sort of went to shit. Yeah, that's all I want to say about that. Wyatt Ambrose, great. It honestly didn't feel like 50, like almost like a minute shy of 14 minutes apparently. But yeah, really good match. The DQ finish doesn't really bother me at all because it makes sense. It works. Like, neither guy could really afford to lose as far as I'm concerned. Bray was just coming back off having, I think, was it that he lost that feud to Jericho? I think he did. And then I'm pretty sure after that he wasn't really seen for a while and then came back. And Ambrose is coming off a loss at Hell in a Cell, so neither could really cleanly lose. So it works. I love the fact that they didn't even wait and they didn't even save it until Raw though to announce that there was a TLC match between these two coming. They were just like, they do all the foreshadowing with the chairs and the tables, and then Dean gets up on a ladder, and it's like, okay, so I guess they're having a TLC match, and then like, it was either before the next match or after it. They go, yep, we're doing this now. And I was like, well, okay. No challenge laid out, nothing. Just, yep, it's happening. Yeah, I hope that's the main event next month, since Brock will definitely not be there, so they have to do it with something. And if they let Ambrose and Ambrose and Rollins got the pay-per-view main event last month, so I don't see why they can't next month. Well, Ambrose and Bray in this case. Then we had a filler match that didn't even feel like it was 2.5 minutes. Adam Rose and whoever it was dressed in the bunny costume this time beat Slater Gator after a missile drop kick from the bunny. And Adam Rose is just completely like, what the fuck just happened? And they didn't go full-fledged with the heel turn yet. So I find that match to be completely pointless, because that's the only reason I would have gone, okay, they needed filler, so this'll work. And as long as, yeah, to me, this was only justified if Adam Rose attacked the bunny afterwards, after them either losing or what happened where the bunny got the victory, and just finally fully turning heel. And they finally cut that shit out. But anyway, Next was a match that you couldn't even take a piss break during because it was so quick. And I'm pretty sure it was actually quicker than 35 seconds, but whatever. Nikki Bella became the WWE Divas Champion by defeating AJ after Brie kissed AJ or whatever as a distraction. Then Nikki knocks her out and then hits her with her finisher. And that was it.
Get your,
Fuck off.
oh, shut
Yes. Fucking hell. Yeah, there were 2 moves in this entire match. An elbow and her finisher. That's it. Like, what surprised me is the fact that she won in the first place. Because from what from what I keep hearing, women that are on Total Divas aren't allowed to be Divas champion because of the delay in the fact that these episodes are filmed months ahead of time, and Raw isn't taped unless they're in England, of course. So that was kind of surprising. Even the fact that it happened so goddamn quickly. It's like, okay, wait, is she gonna drop the title on Raw? Because maybe she did. But yeah, that match was pretty bleh. Like I basically took a toilet in the entrances because I don't care about this feud at all. So I just took a piss break while it was starting up because I figured, well, I'm gonna have to actually watch this because I'm gonna have to review it, and then nothing. So yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, Raw hasn't happened yet while I'm doing this, so I can't even check if that's happened. But anyway, next up was the main event: Team Cena versus Team Authority, and at least one thing that I wanted to happen, and that was that Cena, who I don't hate. I would like to make that clear. Was not in the final 2. Because the funny thing is exactly how that happened, where Big Show just sort of punches him out and leaves. Well, shakes Triple H's hand and then leaves. I was just jokingly thinking to myself, that'd be funny if that happened. And then it happens. Like 2 seconds later, it happens, and I'm like, holy shit. Because I applaud them for doing that, because who the fuck thought that Dolph was going to go the distance? Like, for one thing, he's been in the doghouse for months or something, hasn't he? Like, he might not have still been at this point, but it seems like he'd been in hot water for a while now. So the fact that he got to win this match for his team as the sole survivor is insane. Especially because they basically had him do a bit of a Shawn Michaels where he gets his ass handed to him for like the entire match. And then in Shawn Michaels' case, he'd always be like the last guy standing, but he'd always lose when this sort of thing happened. In this case, Dolph actually got the win, even though it was technically just because Sting came in and helped sort of, well, pretty much just got rid of Triple H anyway. So the Authority are out. God knows who the fuck's taking over as the sort of on-screen authority, whatever that you want to call them, on Raw. Maybe they'll bring friggin' Well, actually, no. From what the impression that I kept getting is that Brad Maddox was just going to be a wrestler now, so it probably won't be him. Granted, for a while, weren't they advertising on WWE.com or something? It was like, hey, want to be the GM of Raw? I guess they've stopped that now, but it was like, oh, wait. God, it's kind of funny to see this Sting in the game, though, and then see Sting there, and it's like, wow. That's right, he has aged. It's been a while since he was in. His hair actually seems thinner than it was in the stuff he's done to promote the game and stuff like that. So that's weird. His hair's thinned out quite a bit. Even since TNA, it looks like. Maybe it's all the times he's had to dye it. He's just finally given up on dyeing it, and his hair's like, yeah, we're gonna start falling out now. Yeah, I must say the match of the night would go to the main event because I was actually, even if not necessarily invested in it, my heart was racing. So I was actually like, invested, but not like yelling out stuff necessarily. Mark Henry's elimination, I thought was a bit bullshit though. Right at the start, and it's like, especially since Big Show doesn't even get eliminated, because I figured it was going to be a case of, where they're just building up Big Show as the big threat, and then he just sort of walks out on his team anyway. So it's like, okay. I am surprised they didn't have Show just sort of lay down, get pinned, and then walk out, rather than just flat out walking out. But I guess it didn't matter, because technically, if you want to count Big Show walking out as him being eliminated, then yeah, Dolph Ziggler was the sole survivor. But if not, and the fact that he was never tagged in and he was never legal, means that Ziggler was not a sole survivor. But that's a bit nitpicky. Anyway, honestly, I think that'll do, because there's not really much to actually say about this pay-per-view, even aside from the fact that the main event was good. The opener, if you can even call it an opener, since there was like a 15-minute segment before it, was good, but I don't know. I guess I expected a bit more from the teams involved, but that's nothing on them necessarily. It was still good, but I guess it's the fact that it was preceded by like a 15-minute segment that I was just like, Yeah, the two Divas matches, if you watch this pay-per-view and you haven't seen it yet, skip them. They're both essentially pointless. Nothing is gained from either, really. The Divas one was essentially thrown together. At least there was a bit of a story behind it this year, I guess, rather than just, Team Total Divas versus everyone else. But, really all I'm looking forward to for TLC is Wyatt Ambrose. I honestly think Big Show walking out on Team Cena will probably lead to Cena Big Show again. Which, and I'd be fine with that. Because, let's face it, Cena needs a filler match between, or at least, a brief filler feud between now and the Royal Rumble. Because of the Royal Rumble, he gets Brock Lesnar for the title, so he'll probably just get a win over Big Show leading into that. Or maybe a loss to Big Show if Brock Lesnar shows up, which would actually be kind of interesting. But anyway, that's about it. Hopefully this was fairly quick, because I just really do not have much to say. The main event makes it worth it, essentially, but you have to sit through, I wouldn't even call it 2 hours. It doesn't feel like it. You have to sit through like an hour and a half of mediocrity, I will say, after the initial match. Well, okay, no. Sorry. I like 3 matches out of the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of 6 matches, I liked half. Which I guess is better than the last pay-per-view, but the last pay-per-view had more matches. I mean, this says there was 8, but there was 2 on the pre-show, and that's cheating as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I like the tag title match, I like Bray Dean, and I like the main event. The main event was match of the night, as I said before. So I'm looking forward to where this goes from here now that they don't have the authority to lean back on for heel stuff. What the fuck's gonna happen with Rollins and all that sort of shit, even though I still don't watch Raw, so, you know. I'd have to find out through SmackDown if I start watching that again, because I don't know why I don't watch that anymore. But anyway, before I start rambling again, that'll pretty much do for me for now. So, I'm Thomas Fireheart. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully, finally fucking doing that WrestleMania 21 review. If I don't do it later today, I'll try to do it by the end of the week. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.